evening, we have the lovely Dr. Mary Jean Hughes, who's going to be talking to us about mindfulness both for ourselves and for our patients. So some quick announcements for the month. In a second. Oh, and if anybody is hopping in now, don't forget to add your name and email to the Zoom chat box so we can get you a certificate of attendance. So AOTA is offering a $75 of free continuing EDU dollars for any lapsed members who renew during this month. So if you need to renew, myself included, definitely make sure to take advantage of that promotion. NBCOT and AOTA's licensure compact draft is still open for review by the public. And as you all know, for our GOAT conference, we will be doing it virtually. And so be looking for those. That's going to be in the month of October on mainly Tuesdays and Thursdays. The East Region meeting will be July 14th. Our journal club will be July 16th with Kelsey Reeves. The board meeting, which will be open to the public, will be August 13th. And because of that meeting, we will be moving our August Atlanta Regional meeting, which we will send that date out at a later time to determine when we'll have it. As I mentioned, in the month of July, when renewing your AOTA membership, you will receive $75 worth of professional development dollars. So this incentive is running throughout the month of July. If you are due to renew this month, or if you've recently let your membership lapse, then you can use the code MTMKG, and you'll receive $75 worth of professional development dollars. So NBCOT is still looking for feedback on the licensure compact, which will be going to state legislature in 2021. So within the next 5 weeks, if you could please provide some feedback. And why does this matter? So currently OTs can only provide telehealth services in the state that you're licensed in. So this causes issues for anybody such as Anita, who may be in one state but have some patients in another state. And currently our PT colleagues have a pact that they can provide services without worrying about the location of their clients and therapists. And many clinics opt out to have professionals with licensure agreements to open their cases and employ people. So to help us advocate, if anybody can look at the draft, that'd be great. As I mentioned earlier, the conference will be going virtual throughout the month of October, primarily Tuesdays and Thursdays. There will be some more options to look at courses at a later time, and you can purchase each course individually. So there will be more to come, and hopefully a calendar with the list of presentations I will be giving. The monthly journal club will be next Thursday, July 16th. So watch your emails for notices. The next topic is still to be determined, but you can go to the GOTA website and go to the tab, and you can see some previous journal club articles, and when we get this month's posted, it will be there for review. The upcoming events, like we said, the East Region meeting will be July 14th. If anybody would like to attend, you can check the website calendar for the link. The journal club, like we said, will be on the 16th. The board meeting will be on the 13th, and it's open to the public, so please feel free to join and hit in and give any feedback. And the August Atlanta Regional meeting will be determined after that meeting. So we'll send out the email, let you guys know. All right, so our speaker for today, Dr. Hughes is an occupational therapist specializing in psychosocial dysfunction, special education, pediatrics, school-based therapy, and educational law. She holds her bachelor's degree from Tufts University, as well as her master's degree in community psychology and a
Thank you, Kyle. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay, great, the audio. I'm just gonna share my PowerPoint. Can everyone see that? Awesome, okay, so thanks so much for everyone tuning in after probably a long day, and things that are going on are a little surreal right now. But I really did want to thank everyone for tuning in, and thank you, Kyle, for that wonderful introduction. Kyle was in our first class at Regis College, who was president and is just a wonderful leader and was a wonderful person to have in our #1 class. He'll always be known as the #1 class. Thanks, Kyle. Thank you, Kristen. So what I'd like to do is talk about mindfulness this evening, and the learning objectives I have are to describe why mindfulness is beneficial and to understand the importance of serotonin and dopamine, be able to identify your stressors and be able to create a plan to address them, which could include meditation and mindfulness lessons. Assist your clients in developing a simple plan to incorporate mindfulness into their daily practices. Then we're going to participate in a breathing exercise, and we're going to participate in a 10-minute or so, approximately 10 minutes of mindfulness exercise. So by sitting in silence or with quiet music can help one relieve stress and develop inner peace. So I think it was Anita who was saying at the start of the meeting, she had some like aromatherapy and some candles and maybe some nice music, but creating those kinds of environments can really help people relieve stress and develop inner peace. Stress causes cortical inhibition, which means a small part of your brain can't function as well, which often results in poor decision making, impulsivity, lack of focus, and even inability to make decisions at times. So simply put, stress makes you dumber. Serotonin helps regulate your mood, prevents depression, and it makes you feel happy. It helps with emotion regulation. And dopamine also affects your mood and your ability to focus and to feel pleasure. So mindfulness, meditation, cherry tomatoes, bananas, omega-3s, they help increase the serotonin and dopamine. And proper breathing is critical to effective relaxation and to your health and wellness. Yet it is one of the most overlooked practices to achieve overall optimal health. Breathing serves two purposes. It supplies your body with oxygen, and it also rids your body of wastes and toxins. And mindfulness and meditation releases serotonin and dopamine. It reduces stress, it calms your mood, and it helps you feel more energized. There was an OT out at the University of Southern California, and he worked with CHTs. And he was doing a study where he would do short mindfulness exercises with his clients prior to them coming into hand therapy. And he found that it really assisted his patients with decreased pain, decreased anxiety, and also helped them reach their goals quicker in their occupational therapy sessions and as part of their treatment plan. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to describe this 4-2-6 breathing exercise. It's a simple exercise. You can put it in your toolbox. You can use it yourself or you can use it with clients. So I'll just describe it and then we can all do it together 4 times. So what I want everyone to do is place the tip of your tongue against the ridge of tissue just behind your upper front teeth. and keep it there throughout the entire exercise. So we're all going to be exhaling through our mouths and inhaling through our noses. So you'll exhale completely through your mouth, making kind of a whoosh sound. Then you'll close your mouth and inhale quietly through your nose for a mental count of 4. Hold your breath for a mental count of 2. And then exhale completely through your mouth, making a whoosh sound while mentally counting to 6. So this will just count as one breath. So I will display how it will work, and then we can all complete these breathing exercises together. Okay, so that would count as one breath. So it's just kind of right there in front of you, but it's kind of a nice little breathing exercise. So we'll all kind of breathe at different rates, but try to just kind of complete this 4 times, okay? So we'll all start together now. This is my last one. And then when people are done, they can just kind of fold their hands and I'll know, but I'm going to do one more.
Thanks.
All right, great. Thanks, everyone. So again, just kind of a little breathing exercise you can use and for yourself or with your clients. So some doctors and OTs have reported that breathing exercises lower blood pressure and heart rate, are one of the most powerful anti-anxiety measures. People could cure themselves if they were able to get rid of their fears and worries, and breathing exercises, meditation, mindfulness, and yoga all assist with lowering anxiety. Fear can stand for false evidence appearing real, or as my sister Kathy, who's been a nurse for over 25 years, she likes to think of it as standing for face everything and rise. And breathing exercises help assist people with positive self-image and confidence. So complete mindfulness exercises can release stress, and stress is the underlying cause of more than 60% of all human illnesses. It's a nice way to relax. It's a way to relax. It can help you handle your emotions in a healthy manner, and it helps promote serotonin and the release of serotonin and dopamine, which helps with mood regulation and feeling good. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to just do a exercise together. I did it this morning. I told Kristen and Kyle a little earlier, I'm very fortunate. I have a pool in my backyard, and it's been a hot summer, but I usually go out there with my iced coffee and I try to get ready for my day out there, and then I come back in and do field work 24/7 actually, and I'm planning my fall courses as well. So breathing in and sending goodness out is really important, very important now more than ever. And I think people can try guided mindfulness for peace each day. And so now hopefully you guys will hear this video. I made it earlier and I'm going to begin. So we're all going to kind of do this together. So you'll hear me hopefully talking and you'll hear some birds probably in the background. Before some construction trucks came down the street, I'm like, oh, I timed that perfect because it got a little loud with trucks in my neighborhood. But at the start of this or during this, it should be pretty peaceful and hopefully the volume's okay. So here we go. Everyone get comfortable. Okay. All right, I'm back. We're just gonna do this together now because I am having trouble kind of pulling it up and I want you guys to be able to hear it. So everyone, please find a comfortable position and begin to arrive in this moment in time, which is a gift. I invite all of you to take a deep breath in when you're comfortable. Begin to close your eyes, or if you want to keep your eyes open, that's fine as well. So I want everyone to take in a deep breath. I want you to think about being in a calm place. Take a moment, think of yourself as being calm, peaceful, and focused. Perhaps many of you are really busy today, running around, taking care of different things that needed to be taken care of. And perhaps this is the first time that you've really sat and been in touch with your breath. Besides the brief breathing exercise we did a little earlier. So I want everyone really just to kind of focus on their breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Please breathe in peace, which is so needed at this time in our history and our time in our world. And breathe out peace. Breathe in joy. And breathe out joy. Breathe in happiness. And breathe out happiness. Pay attention to your breath and allow your body to be comfortable and just breathe. Thoughts may come and go. That's normal. Just try to let the thoughts come and let them go. And again, just try to focus on a nice, steady breath. As you allow your unconscious mind to naturally conjure an image that would feel like what would feel like being calm and peaceful and focused. Focus on what you might be seeing. Think about what you might be seeing. Think about what you may be hearing. And lastly, what you might be feeling that shows you are more calm, peaceful, and focused. Perhaps you are already feeling more calm, peaceful, and focused. If not, notice your unconscious mind can reveal how you might do this. Now, maybe you can think of a simple way to incorporate this feeling of calm into your life in the days and the weeks ahead. And after you've done that, know that it really can be done easy. You can create a little more peace and calm in your life just by participating in a 3 to 5 minute breathing exercise in the morning, at lunch break, maybe in the evening like now after a long day. As you continue to breathe in and out, think about breathing in a bright light. Magnify that bright light. And when you exhale, think about sharing it. Think about sharing this joyous, bright light and happiness with all those around you. Send it out into our world. Thank yourself for this moment and anyone else who made this time possible for you. Self-care is so important and will help you and all those around you. As busy OTs and healthcare professionals, we often sometimes forget about ourselves. Continue to breathe in peace, joy, and happiness. Magnify these before you breathe out and share this with everyone around you. Please think of someone who you care about right now and send them love. It could be an acquaintance or it could be someone who you dearly love. Think about that person. Again, thank yourself for taking this time, for slowing down, for being present and mindful. Thank you, everyone, for spreading this goodness. And now I invite all of you to take another deep breath. Begin to move your attention back to our Zoom room, our Zoom meeting, and start to listen to the sounds around you and begin to slowly open your eyes and come back. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to share my screen again. So a few more PowerPoint slides that I want to share. Okay. So there are lots of different mindfulness resources available. We have one in Massachusetts. It's the Center for Mindfulness and Compassion, access to mindful healthcare and opportunities for healing and transformation. But each state, and Kristen and Kyle may be able to help with this, has their own, has centers for mindfulness, which offer additional trainings and certification for OTs or any healthcare professionals interested. And again, mindfulness assists with pain management, health and wellness. And I believe there's a strong need for people to be mindful. And I would like to end with some of my favorite quotes about mindfulness. So the quotes I wanted to share with you, there's a few, is by Stephen Covey and John Kabat-Zinn. And so one I really like, really important to have active listening skills as OTs and healthcare professionals, is seek first to understand, then to be understood. The little things, the little moments, they aren't little. Wherever you go, there you are. Mindfulness means being awake. It means knowing what you are doing. Mindfulness is a way of befriending ourselves and our experience. And other quotes I like by Han, his last name, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, is, when another person makes you suffer, it is because he suffers deeply within himself, and his suffering is spilling over. He does not need punishment, he needs help. Our own life has to be our message, and enlightenment is growing all the time. It is not something that happens once and then is complete. And so my question to all of you is, hopefully each of you could identify one or two things about mindfulness that may be able to help you or your clients in the future. And I would be happy to answer any questions from the group. As Kyle said, you know, mindfulness and yoga and sort of health and wellness was really, really important to me. And I hope that I imparted some of this knowledge on to all of you. And then I have my reference list here. So I'd be happy to entertain any questions that people have or comments.
I have one, Mary.
Thank you again. I feel very centered right now.
Mary, I have,
Everybody, yeah, can unmute themselves or questions in the text box. Either one, have at it.
I have a question. This is Debbie. So I work with individuals with tic disorders, and oftentimes those individuals have a lot of stress and anxiety that underlie their exacerbations of tics. But some of my kids and young adults have a hard time with the whole mindfulness business because they think it's so woo-woo. And they're not used to taking the time out of their lives because they've never had to do that. They're brought up in the era of technology and instant gratification. So do you have any suggestions on how to really help them get more interested in being more mindful and slowing down?
What comes to mind is like maybe some like modulation techniques where like maybe like some weighted blankets or weighted stuffed animals to kind of get their bodies a little bit more sort of modulated to work on the discrimination skill of the actual exercise.
That's a great idea. I didn't really think about that, and I'm certified in SI, so I should have thought of that. But yeah, to get them into a place where maybe they can just start at that point.
Yeah, just kind of get their bodies a little bit more relaxed so they don't necessarily, it's kind of like maybe more doing the SI stuff and then kind of bring the mindfulness into it kind of in like the back doorway.
That's a great idea. Thanks.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
Any other questions? Like I said, you can either type in the text box or unmute yourself. Either or.
Mary, thank you. This is Anita. First, are you going to be doing this every week for us? But thank you.
Anita, actually, I really enjoy it. I would do this every week. There's a group of OTs who want to do it. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
How long have you been practicing mindfulness therapy? And are you certified?
No, I'm not certified. I've actually been starting about 5 years ago where I really got into yoga and relaxation because I was a typical type A, go, 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 go OT, like, you know, morning to night. And I had trouble relaxing. It's interesting, when I started at Regis College, I thought, you know, it's time to kind of slow down and kind of learn a little bit more about yoga and health and wellness. And then I really enjoy teaching it to my students. And because they have such busy schedules and so many different level ones and so many different classes, I thought this is great because it will really help them in their academic pursuits as well as then in their field work, which also is a, you know, as we know, transformative process and can be pretty daunting. So about 5 years, Anita. Yeah. But I would like to get certified and do some additional mindfulness trainings.
Are there any specific certifications for mindfulness that you recommend?
There's actually Kabat Zinn, who was on the reference list. I believe he's out in like central Massachusetts. And I believe he does some online trainings that people have really benefited from. So I think that that would be a good resource.
What about mindfulness apps? Do you have any that are favorites of yours or that you would recommend?
I would probably just like Google. I kind of like to make, like, I kind of did my own script. But you can kind of go on and like see, like make your own script if you're doing like, you could even do like a visualization where you said, I think, Debbie, you work with children and adolescents. And you can kind of almost like make it specific to sort of what's going on in their lives. So
Yeah, I just wondered, like, I often will recommend to families to get the Headspace app. Are you familiar with that one?
no.
So it's an app on your phone, but they're $70 a year. So some people invest in it, and it turns out to be a worthwhile purchase. But I was just wondering if you knew of any that you particularly liked, or.
I mean, one that my students, graduate students have used, you guys probably have seen on the media pages, is the Calm app, which is kind of, people like kind of can use it. They can use it on their lunch break, or, you know, even because they say, well, I have no time, Dr. Hughes, and when I'm doing field work, and I'm like, you have 2 minutes, that's all sometimes it takes to kind of get grounded again. So the Calm app is one that I know my students have used, and I've used as well.
Yeah, I think that one's a good one too.
There's one that I use a lot on my app. It's called Baby Lullabies.
Oh.
Baby Lullabies is on the app. And the only reason I say it's really good because it's just calming music. And like Mary just did, 5 minutes. And you can do the beginning to end of one song. And you'd be surprised how just playing the music, you know, whether they do the wrapping of the towels on their body when you was talking about your patients who have tick. Just the warmth and just listening to the music, you know, makes a big difference.
Is it called Baby Lullabies?
It's called Baby Lullabies. I love it.
Is it?
It's an app. It's called Baby Lullabies.
Okay, I see it.
It's wonderful. As you know, they were saying a long time ago how classical music and all that makes a difference. The music can calm all of us, but the right music. And Baby Lullabies, I have been in grocery stores and heard babies crying. They did not speak English, maybe Hispanic. And I just play that music and they just calm down.
Wow. It's for kids, right? It's for babies.
Yes.
So margin.
It works very well with adults.
Yeah, and then Nita and Debbie, I'm not sure anyone on the call has used the therapeutic listening program,
Okay.
that's a really, really great program as well. There's a lot of qualitative and quantitative measures to kind of prove like its effectiveness as well. And it doesn't have necessarily words, but like Anita was saying, just real calming music. And I've used it with when I was pediatric OT and had a lot of great success with that as well. So yeah, you can kind of do that. And that's another sort of modulation, Debbie, you could maybe use with the kids prior to getting ready to do like a mindfulness script.
Yeah.
The therapeutic listening?
Yes, therapeutic listening programs.
That's the one that Sheila Frick did where the music is modulated?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
yeah, I'm familiar
Based on the Tomatis, and I think in Colorado, and actually there might be one in Massachusetts that have like really sophisticated programs, but Sheila Frick then made some additional ones that have been just as effective with children and adults as well.
Yeah, I think there's 2 different types. There's music that you have to listen to on the Sennheiser earphones, but then there's music you can play through the air. So there's like 2 different ones, yeah.
Well, again, I wanted to thank you, Kyle, and thank the whole Georgia OT Association. I hope I get to meet some of you if we get out to conference in April. We were disappointed it was canceled in Boston this past year because of COVID, but I'm hoping next April maybe we'll get to all kind of see each other in person, or if not for sure the following year.
Thank you so much for taking time to come share with us. I know I definitely feel very centered right now, so I feel like I can like go attack my caseload tomorrow. So thank you so much for coming and sharing. Does anybody have any questions to wrap up before we call this
Sorry, I just recently got this package of.
one comment in the comment box. I think Rebecca's trying to share.
Yeah.
When you unmute, Rebecca.
Yeah, I just got this box and it's like 50 different cards with different mindfulness activities in it. It's called Mindful Kids. 50 Mindful Activities for Kindness, Focus, and Calm, ages 4 to 104.
Oh, wow.
And it's by Whitney Stewart and Mina Braun.
Where did you get it from?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Mindful Kids.
But Mindful Kids.
And the name is Whitney Stewart? Rebecca, is it?
Whitney, Whitney Stewart, and Mina, Mina Braun, Braun.
Thank
Wow,
you.
they're so cheap. They're only $8.73
Yeah,
on
really
Amazon.
And if you want to see one, oh, let's see. So they have like reflection pond, and then it has the activities on the back of each card. And I think it's different levels of involvement. So that's what they look like.
It's less than $10
Yeah.
on Amazon. That's crazy.
You also see in the comment box asking about the book Breathe. Let's see. I recently heard and Terry Gross May 27th interview with James Metzger, who came out with the new book Breathe. Has anybody read that? Anybody? Not yet. So that may be one for us to look up too. But like we said, thank you again, Dr. Hughes, for helping center us all, and hope everybody has a great evening and can breathe. How does it go? Breathe in the joy and breathe out the peace. Is that how it goes?
Thanks, Kyle. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Take care. Stay safe, everyone.
You too.